What's up, guys? My name is Christopher Middleton, and welcome to Volume 5 in the Passed Away Groundworks series. This video, I just decided to jump straight into the drawing. And in this video, I'm going to be doing some quick zombie concepts for my Passed Away project. These videos are, this recording actually is sped up quite a bit because kind of wanted to make these videos a bit more of a manageable size for you all's viewing pleasure. I think that the real time for these is about 20 minutes per sketch, which in this video I'm going to do 3, and then I go in and splash some color on each one, and it took about another 20 minutes for the color pass for each one. So for doing these concepts, and just for doing concepts for just about anything for my project, one of the things that was helpful was to separate things out. In previous videos, I've mentioned that the majority of the work for this project I'm just handling by myself, and one of the techniques that I found to kind of make that process manageable is to break everything down into just that step. So like, I wouldn't really want to be drawing a frame for the project and then come and draw a zombie, or design the zombie, I guess I would say, while I'm drawing the frame. Basically, I want to do things like come up with a story in one pass, come up with a composition in another pass, come up with the designs for pretty much everything that's going to be in the shot in separate passes, just to kind of make it easier for me to wrap my head around all the different things that are going to come into play when putting everything together, because it's kind of a lot of stuff to think about just with story and composition, character design, environment design, color, and something usually is going to get not enough attention if you just kind of just try and do a lot, like too much at one time. You really want to, like, I'd really want each one of these zombies, even if it's just a zombie in the background, to feel like it's a person and not just an afterthought, I guess. A big thing for me was wanting for every single thing to feel like it's really thought out, because it is. I mean, I try my best to really think a lot about every aspect of the story, every aspect of the design, and to try and make that stuff come across. If it's basically, this shot has a zombie or whatever, it's like everything about that, I just want to, whatever the story is behind that, I really want that to be able to come across. Let me see. So one of the things that I wanted to say about these designs and the title of the whole project, Passed Away, with the past actually spelled as in the temporal past, P-A-S-T, is sort of a recurring theme in the story, which is if you've seen, if you kind of are a fan of the genre of kind of post-apocalyptic, zombies and stuff like that, a recurring theme in all of those stories is always that the past is that world that we used to live in is gone now, and blah blah blah, whatever. There's always like at least one character that says something along those lines, and that's actually something that I just really wanted to focus in on, and really play up for my story is that the past is gone. And so I think that a big example of that is simply, as we can put it, is going to be in the zombies. It's obviously that exists for the people that are still alive, but I think most plainly it exists for the zombies. Once again, like I said, I wanted each one to, whether it's I guess kind of like a star zombie, like a zombie that's going to have like sort of a big part, or just something that's in the background. I really want each one to feel like, it's a person, and for anybody who's seeing it to kind of get a sense of who this person was before it, but ultimately understand that whoever that person was, that person's gone now. This person obviously at this point is pretty much screwed. So yeah, I mean, the title, that's basically where that comes from, with the whole passed away thing. Another thing that I wanted to mention is just kind of a general note about drawing figures from your imagination. This is the only video where I've actually drawn human figures, and the thing about drawing figures from your imagination, or something that I wanted to kind of share, something that at this point seems really, really, really obvious, but it's actually something that took me years to kind of figure out. It's kind of embarrassing and sad that it took me that long to figure it out, but I mean, it's just one of those things when you're doing art, it's kind of you're just learning stuff all the time. And so, for anybody who's watching this, and especially for people that are learning, or for people who want to learn about drawing, hopefully it would be awesome if, something that I say could like save you some time, because there are other things that, I learned from some teacher in school or whatever that definitely probably would have taken me years, but, instead somebody told me, and it took maybe an hour for me to learn it. But anyways, what I wanted to say was that when I was in school, when I was in art school, I used to draw from life like a lot. I probably spent more than 30 or 40 hours a week drawing from life, going to drawing workshops and stuff like that, with the general idea that if I drew enough figures from life, eventually I would understand the figure so well that I'd be really good at drawing figures from my imagination. But after several years of drawing from life a lot, what I started to notice was that my life drawings were getting a lot better, and the more I practiced, the better they got. And and that was cool and everything. But for me personally, what I really wanted to be, what I wanted to be a lot better at was actually drawing from my imagination. And what I realized was that drawing from my imagination wasn't really getting better. So I was kind of at this point of just wondering, so do I just need to, has it just like not been long enough? Should I just do it, more? Should I just draw from, to keep drawing from life for a few more years? And like I said, this kind of sounds obvious now when I say it, but it took me a while to figure out. But the thing was, you really have to practice what you want to be good at. And if you want to be good at drawing from your head, you got to draw from your head. You got to just do lots and lots of, because when you first start off, you're going to not be very good at it at all. and you're gonna do lots of bad drawings, like a lot. So, I mean, I think that the best thing to do is to not focus so much on doing, good drawings or bad drawings, but just try and enjoy drawing, and more than focusing on the destination, which is, I guess, being good at drawing, and this kind of applies just about anything. Just focus on the journey, because if you kind of let it get to you, the idea like of doing a bad drawing, and if that kind of like really just makes you feel really, really bad, and then you're gonna have a really hard time. I actually feel like that entire notion is actually what stops a lot of adults from learning how to draw. It seems like it's easier for younger people or for children to learn how to draw, or like people that start early to learn how to draw, but I don't think that it's necessarily because it comes easier to you when you're younger or whatever. I really think that what it actually has to do with is the fact that when you're young, you don't expect as much from yourself. Once you become an adult, you all of a sudden you're just sort of hyper aware of when you're not very good at something. Nobody, if a kid does a drawing, nobody really expects it to be all that good, and when you're a kid you don't realize that this drawing isn't very good, or you're just like having fun and you're not as worried about it. But when you're an adult, it's like you really are focused on it, and it's really gonna you really kind of just let it get to you when you do bad drawings or whatever. But you just kind of have to just like get over that, and yeah, do lots and lots of drawings. But I guess the point was, what I was actually trying to get at was that in order to, what I basically figured out was that to get good at drawing from your head, you just have to draw a lot from your head. You have to practice that specific thing. If you wanted to, do comics, you should, you should just do lots of comics. If you want to do concept art, then you should just do lots of concept art. And I'm definitely not saying that you shouldn't be like drawing from life. That is probably the most effective supplement to whatever it is that you're gonna be doing. But I guess what I'll say kind of like I guess I'm a little bit hesitant to say, but I will just go ahead and say the mistake that I feel like I made was thinking that alone was going to get me to where I was trying to go, in terms of, being able to draw figures from my imagination, when I feel like possibly, and obviously this is just my opinion, more of like a maybe 80-20 ratio would have possibly been better in terms of just like just drawing from my head. Maybe like if that's ultimately your goal, that's the main thing that you really want to be good at, like 80% from your head, maybe like 20% from life, whereas I was doing about 100% from life and very little actual a little bit, maybe like 95% from life and 5% from my head, which which, like I said, resulted in me being able to draw from life and not being very good at drawing from my head. Like I said, that, a lot of people might hear that and be like, well, duh, obviously you got to practice the thing you want to be good at. But just in case there's somebody out there that's as dumb as I was, or, or is going through the same thing that I was, that's like a little tip. It's just, like I said, it might be obvious, but practice what you want to get good at. So, okay, I think, wow, that pretty much flew by, because we're coming up to close to the end of this, and, so yeah, I mean, these are just some pretty quick concepts. Just to, there, everything's in there is like it's pretty rough. Like I said, these are about 20-minute sketches each. Really just wanted to get like a good idea for each one, so that the reason that I'm actually doing these is basically this kind of makes, these are basically made for me to be able to pull from later if as I'm doing different scenes, and I need a zombie or something to go right there. I don't have to like design it on the spot. I can kind of just pull it from stuff that I've already designed. So, okay, so those are the concepts, and I think that's gonna about do it. Thanks for watching.